Thank you, Monica, as always. Such a beautiful way to start our time together. Good morning, everyone. I am Judy Kaiser. I am your worship leader for this morning, and I'm really a placeholder because the real worship service will begin at 11 o'clock from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But in the meantime, I want to make sure to welcome you all to the time we have together before and during our time with other Unitarian Universalists in worship this morning. So I want to welcome you to our fellowship, a liberal religious community, free in faith, diverse in thought, united in caring, and committed to action. For those wishing to learn more about our congregation, please visit our website or our Facebook pages. Our worship service will begin shortly, so now is the time to take out your cell phone and make sure that it's off, please. You will need the Singing the Living Tradition hymnal, that's the gray one, and an order of service, which I didn't even pick up, so if someone would do me a favor and bring me one at some point, and if you didn't get one on the way in, you can go back to the back and pick one up at the entrance doors. Thank you. Please give your attention to the rolling slides that contain information about improving your online experience of the service and about upcoming events this week at our fellowship. And this information can also be found in the Sunday and Wednesday e-blasts sent out each week. Today, as I said, it's sort of a placeholder. We will conduct an abbreviated worship service because we are privileged to participate virtually in the largest Unitarian Universalist worship service every year, taking place today in Pittsburgh at the General Assembly of Congregations, or GA. And as the slide shows, the theme of GA for this year, 2023, is faithfully becoming. And we've had I guess this is the 5th day of learning what that means. And it's been a wonderful experience. Our fellowship is represented at General Assembly by Jim and Lynn Smith. And if you look at the slide, you can see around that big room, there are people with banners from congregations all over the country, and our banner is in that company. There are hundreds, and there's another slide of Lynn Smith. She and Jim are our delegates and our representatives with our banner, which is hanging in the big convention center, along with these hundreds and hundreds of others. She saw River of Grass. She saw, trying to think of the other pictures she has sent from GA, but we are not alone. And it is wonderful that we are represented in that gathering. And I guess I want to just take a quick moment. Is there anyone in this room besides me who has been to General Assembly? Oh, I'm so happy to see the hands go up. I think of General Assembly as the Hajj of Unitarian Universalism. The Hajj is the Muslim duty once in your lifetime at least to go to Mecca, which is the center of their faith. I think of GA as our Hajj, and I strongly encourage all of you at some point in your lifetime as you use to go to GA. And next year, it's going to be really easy because it will only be online. There will be no in-person GA next year. So all of us will be on an equal footing, equally able to participate. And I just want to point out that I am wearing my name tags from the 7 GAs in person that I attended, and they are so precious, these memories. And I represented our congregation. So it's wonderful that we have representation at GA this year, and I am so pleased that we have gathered to do worship with other UUs today. But first, let's have our own experience. I would like to call Patrick Larson up to give the welcome on behalf of the Board of Trustees.
Good morning. I'm Patrick Larson. I'm a member of the Board of Trustees, and on behalf of the board, I'd like to welcome everyone that's attending. lot of you in person. I'm glad to see you. And I'm not sure how many Zoom participants we have. I didn't count, but welcome if you're on Zoom. If you are joining us for the first time or after a long absence and you're comfortable introducing yourself, we will bring a microphone to you. Just wave your hand and we'll bring a mic. If you're on Zoom, please type into the chat and our Zoom chaplain will read your name and your location if you share that. Thank you. Any takers in the audience? Guess not. Anyone on Zoom? Might be a delay to typing, but we'll see.
Yes, Kim says she's from Pompano. Her name is Kim K.
Welcome, Kim.
Tall person. Moving the dowel over the bowl causes vibration. Vibrations build resonance, and resonant overtones bring harmony. Singing bowls are used in spiritual practices, in sound healing, and in meditation. As you listen to the swell and fade of the sound, we invite you into a quiet, centered place within, breathing in acceptance and breathing out release until the silence is all that remains. And if I could have a volunteer to come light the chalice, someone who's good with fire. Thank you, Robin. As I read the words of Christine Robinson, we gather this hour as people of faith with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning, in celebration of the life we share together. Thank you. Life happens. It has to be within. And now I invite you to join me in our covenant. Love is the doctrine of this faith, the quest for truth its sacrament, and service is its prayer, to dwell together in peace, to seek the truth in love, to the end that all shall grow into harmony. Thus do we covenant with one another. And now I call us to worship with the words of Kenneth Patton and the assistance of our Zoom chaplain, Cindy Mullaney. We arrive out of many singular rooms, walking over the branching streets.
We come to be assured that brothers and sisters surround us to restore their images on our eyes.
We enlarge our voices in common speaking and singing.
We try again that solitude found in the midst of those who with us seek their hidden reckonings.
Our eyes reclaim the remembered faces, their voices stir the surrounding air.
The warmth of their hands assures us, and the gladness of our spoken names.
This is the reason of cities, of homes, of assemblies in the houses of worship.
It is good to be with one another.
It is good. And now I invite you to sing, stand as you're willing and able, and sing our opening hymn, which is 361, Enter, Rejoice, and Come In. So great. I always feel like we should be moving when we sing that hymn. I'm going to go down to the lower mic. Which is on. Miracle of technology. We would have this time be an open circle of care, where hearts connect and strengths are shared, and the weight of sorrow is made easier to bear. We take this moment to gather the concerns and sorrows of our days. With tenderness, we hold them close. With gratitude, we hold them up, for this is what it is to be human, to be awake, to be alive. If you would like, come forward and release a stone into the water, marking the moment that fills your heart. Do it as a silent meditation, or speak the words in your heart. Please be sure to tell us your name and try to speak a little slower than usual so that each word may be heard. We will hold you in our gaze and make room for you in our hearts, praying that you will find what you need in the days ahead. Our Zoom chaplain today is Cindy Mullaney, and if you are on Zoom and wish to share, please enter your concern into the chat. Cindy will read it aloud, and we will place a stone in the water on your behalf. So I invite you to come forward if you would like to share a sorrow or a concern.
My name is Jay, and this is my 4th week here in a row, and my sorrow and concern actually dates back to the first day that I came. People that I've met and talked to have been very helpful. I wasn't strong enough at the time to speak of it. I'm not going to make this a long speech, but I had suffered a tremendous loss, and I came here broken and empty and feeling bankrupt as a person. And I am not that way now. And I am grateful. So the sorrow is for the 4 week ago Jay, and the gratitude is for this group. I couldn't have said this then, but now I can. So this is a little unusual and exceptional, but thank you for the grace to let me express myself.
Hi, my name is Dave Schmidt, and I'm placing the stone for my mom who's having surgery tomorrow. And just knowing that the skills and the knowledge of the doctors are going to carry her through.
Hi, my name is Nelly Falcon. I'm placing this stone for my daughter and her husband, who were just victim of fraud and added $40,000 debt to their home. May their issues be resolved.
Cindy, have there been sorrows shared on Zoom?
We have one from Rona Solomon. She said, my sister-in-law Donna's dementia has moved swiftly from mild to severe. I grieve for her and also for her brilliance.
I place one last stone in the water for all the sorrows and concerns unspoken and carried in our hearts. And I ask that we sit together in silence for a few moments to absorb all these sorrows into the water of our community. It is in giving and receiving that we weave a life worth living and shape a better world. May the connections of the heart now be strengthened so that kindness and care may flow. Amen. And our congregational response, please remain seated to sing one verse of Spirit of Life. Spirit of life, come unto me. Sing in my heart all the strings of compassion. At this time in our service, we take an offering, which will be gratefully accepted as the ushers now pass the baskets. And while the baskets are passed, I will tell you about our Share the Plate program. Each week, we share our offering with organizations that strengthen the Boca Raton community. Today, we continue to share our plate with Sierra Club's program, Inspiring Connections Outdoors. Half of all that is received today will go to the good works of the Sierra Club, and half will stay here to strengthen UUFBR. Your generosity in giving is deeply appreciated. And if you are on Zoom, please use the QR code on that screen to make your donation. And today, we're doing something a little different. We are going to sing our offertory hymn, number 360, Here We Have Gathered. You get the idea that this morning is all about gathering. We are gathering here together, and we are gathering with that larger UU world of which we are a part. So here we have gathered. I invite you to rise in body or spirit to sing together. Thank you. That song makes me feel joyful, and it is appropriate that this is the time in our service where we will share our joys. So if you've got joy, share it. If something wonderful has happened to you or a loved one, we want to hear it. In the sanctuary, just raise your hand and a mic will be brought to you. Please be sure to tell us your name and speak a little slower so every word is heard. On Zoom, just type your joy into the chat and it will be read aloud by the Zoom chaplain. And if you have an announcement to share, please email it to admin@uufbr.org so we can include it in our e-blasts.
Good morning, my name is Brenda Smith, and I have a joy that for the last month, our 30-year-old mango tree has been prolific, and yesterday, finally, we finished. There were 600. All of them got gifted or recycled to somebody or donated or whatever, and there are 40 little individual mango cups cut up here this morning for you at coffee hour. So it's mango shots without the shot.
Thank you, and that exemplifies the idea that a joy shared, right, is more joyous.
My name is Louise Sorolla, and I realized this morning that 15 years ago last month, my husband and I signed the book to become UUs. He has since passed, and his ashes are scattered at UUCSR in New York, and my joy is that he and I found you all.
Thank you for sharing that.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nick Sanchez. I haven't been here in a while, and you'll notice that I am missing my partner, Katie, and our daughter, Willow, who I was hoping to bring today. Unfortunately, they had a really rough night last night, so they didn't make it, but my joy is being here for the first time in 8 weeks. Also, I have a bittersweet joy I wanted to share with you all. Many of you know that I'm on the path to ministry with the UUA. And this year, they did not have enough internships to satisfy all of the people who need internships. But I was offered an internship with Wellsprings Congregation, UU, so I will be joining them for the next 2 years. Unfortunately, that means I will be moving back to Pennsylvania later this year. And it's a bittersweet joy because it's a hard path to ministry. There's a lot of obstacles and a lot to do. But it's a small miracle that I got an internship and continuing along this path. So I just wanted to share that with you. And also, if you see me out in coffee hour, I have lots and lots of pictures to share.
Hi, I'm Karin, and my joy is that my brother-in-law has finished his chemotherapy, his stem cell transplant. He has no sign of any cancer in his body. This is a miracle, and I want to thank all of you for your prayers. They worked.
Hi, I'm Bob Schneider, and my joy is I have a 35-year-old son and his wife. They lived in 3 hours away from Philadelphia, and they just moved back, bought a house after 10 years, so I'm real excited about that.
This is kind of a mini joy, Barbara Messick, but my darling grandson Jack is my darling grandson Jack, who is, I guess, 18 or maybe he's 19 now, is just starting as lifeguard on the New Jersey shore. So he's very proud.
Grandma's proud too.
Good morning, my name is Allison Rognes. My joy is that our gathering on Wednesday went far and away beyond my greatest expectations. It was joyous. There were so many people that we had to go back for chairs like 3 times, and I'm so happy.
Cindy, do we have any joys on Zoom?
We have one joy, and it's from Carol Stevens. We celebrate that Velma Dayloff is back from rehab. And please also include here at our request for healing thoughts continuing for Mary Cadwell.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we have just a few announcements before we get ready. Oh, okay. Looks like I'm going to say these announcements very fast, and then we are going to switch to the live feed from Pittsburgh. The first announcement is that we have a congregational conversation about safety and security that will be facilitated by Betty and John Tilton, taking place next Sunday right after service in person and at 7 p.m. that evening on Zoom. I hope you enjoyed the pictures of the banner and Jim and Lynn Smith at GA. Next year, I remind you, it will be entirely virtual so we can do it together. And now, I would like to transfer to General Assembly. Just a couple of things. Those on Zoom, you don't have to do a thing. There it is. We will not be coming back in here after the GA service. So no coffee hour virtually. And if anybody here needs a bio break, go ahead and take it now because the service is obviously beginning. Enjoy General Assembly worship.
Felt uncertainty. Already, before the pandemic, giving was changing as younger generations have fewer resources and really didn't get this whole idea of pledging anyway. Already, we needed to be fully and fluidly present both online and in person, even though we really had no idea what this even meant. And already, our churches were some of the least progressive, most monocultural, white, hetero spaces that many young people will encounter in their whole lives, despite the story many of us tell ourselves or the call that most of us know our faith makes. Long before the pandemic came, our congregations already needed to change. And they were already at risk. I don't mean, though, at risk of closing.